So it's been about 3 years since I saw you. This was back when we were in a completely different studio in North London. This was when Beats One first launched. And at the time, you probably had one of the biggest tunes in the world. When's the last time you listened to Here?
I think I heard it on the radio a couple weeks ago, and it was weird. I was like, oh my God. I feel like I sound like I'm like 2 years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really
like, that's
weird.
That's me singing.
Yeah, it's really weird, but I think that's one of my favorite songs to date that I've put out or that I've made, just because it's like, it feels like my first kid. You know, my firstborn.
Since then, your life has changed immensely.
Yeah.
So fill me in like I'm a school friend you haven't seen in 3 years. Like, what's been going on with you?
Lots of stuff. I got to tour with Coldplay, which was unbelievable.
Which is crazy.
I still don't even think that actually happened. What else? Went to the Grammys.
Yeah.
That's insane. Put out an album. Got to do some cool collaborations. Traveled everywhere. It's crazy.
So what have you been doing? You've been touring?
I did like 5 tours last year. 4. Like, actually, it was crazy. I was everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're 22 with a massive career. You've had #1 selling everything. Like you said, you've been to the Grammys. You won a Grammy.
Yeah.
How do you deal with all of that, with being such a massive, massive, massive star?
It's hard. I think it was hard for me for the first little bit because it's an adjustment. It's a transition. And I wasn't only transitioning as an artist in like my life or career-wise, but I was transitioning just becoming an adult from being a teenager. And that just, we all know, comes with a lot of feelings, especially as a woman. So it was hard. It was hard to get used to, but I think it's a process, and like you said, if you have people in your life that you can talk to and just chill with and just maintain like just a sense of normalcy however I can, that's always good.
Shout out the people. Who are they? I want to know who they are.
Oh my gosh, my best friend, Olivia, who travels with me. She's the best. My mom is really good. My dad as well. And thankfully, I just have a good team that like just treats me like a human, and if I can be honest with them and tell them, like, listen, I just need 5 minutes or I just need to talk. I never used to do that. I would never talk about my problems, and now I'm starting to open up, and it's actually pretty helpful, so it's good.
Why did you not want to sort of tell everybody, hey, I know this is a team and we're working together, but I need 5 minutes, or can we just take a break from this for a second?
It was for a couple different reasons. I think, first of all, you don't want to feel like a burden. You don't want to be a letdown, and I mean, I know that there are a lot of people relying on me, but also I think because there's like this weird sense of almost feeling like you're going to be ungrateful if you show that you're unhappy, you know, because of how well everything was going on the outside in my career. But it doesn't mean that, you know, you don't have problems like everybody else, but you almost want to suppress them because you don't want anyone to think you're ungrateful or you're unhappy with the way things are going. Because I'm aware that there are a lot of people that would love to be in my position.
Absolutely.
But it's just, you know, I'm human and it's hard. You got to have a little moment where like the train just kind of crashes, and you have to get to that point where you realize I can't keep going on like this, and you just kind of feel it. I started to feel my body and my mind just kind of get worse and worse over time, and I was like, I can't live my everyday like this. Like this is going to be my everyday for a long time, and I have to be careful and take care of myself. And I felt like I was taking care of everyone except myself, which was not a good thing to do.
I think a lot of people, whether they follow you or just hear your music, people just straight away know that you're constantly changing, constantly growing, learning. Yeah. Do you find that you're stuck in this place where, I don't know, you naturally sing and write about these things, or do you end up in that place just because of how your life is now?
It's strange because when I was writing these things, well, for example, the first album, I didn't even know that anyone was going to hear it. Like I wrote it so early on that I just kind of did it, of course, for everyone, but mainly because I was insecure about these things and this is how I was feeling.
Okay.
But then there comes a point, I guess, when you put something like that out and you have like song after song that affects people in a positive way, you then get put into the box of positive role model for everybody, you know, which I mean is a beautiful, if I have to be put into a box, that's a really great honor. It's a good box. But sometimes you think like you gotta maintain that and always be positive, which is another reason why I didn't want to talk about it, because I felt like I was letting a bunch of people down if I was like, wait guys, you know, like I'm kind of sad, or I sometimes don't like myself and I'm telling other girls to love themselves, you know. But I think it's so important to mention that side too, because it's not all rainbows and happiness, and I'm not 100% confident on myself. Yeah, and that's a part of growth. You have to go through that in order to get to loving yourself, you know, which I think was missing the first time around. Is I was too scared to open up about that side, and I think it was crucial for me to do that.
So this time around, what are you saying on the album?
Lots of different stuff. I think I'm just talking about the human experience of growing and learning about yourself. This album's a lot more reflective, not only of me, but just I think of life. And I hope that people will see their experience in mine and enjoy it.